we're going to talk about a couple things here, see what's been going on with Bitcoin, but specifically ADA, right? And we want to see how the price of ADA has been reacting to Bitcoin and kind of analyze the price a bit here, discuss what we talked about yesterday, and go from there. So this is Bitcoin, right? And we're just going with the percentage scale right now, just so because we're going to plot both charts at the same place, but it's going to give us the idea, the trend, and compare it together, right? So right now, Bitcoin is kind of having a hard time. It's kind of in a scary place, I would say. We broke below the 45,000 today, and there's so much space here in the middle that I'm not sure why this is doing this right now. Let's take off this. Perfect. Auto, and then we'll just put all of our drawings here quick. Perfect. So this is Bitcoin, right? We just broke below the 45,000, which we clearly have been finding support at it for a while. We broke below it and now actually broke below the 44,000, which was exactly where the wick was on February 25th. But there's so much space here in the middle that this is the level where we're kind of fighting against at the moment, right? So this is the level we're fighting against right now, the 43,600. And I think, there's enough, this is going to cause enough panic right now that the 45,000 did not hold. We went back, went up to retest it. Sorry, I just muted myself by mistake. So we went back below it, went up to retest it, and now we're actually sitting here. But I don't think there's enough support here to be honest. And I think the 41,000 is so close that we most likely will go and hit it, right? So and there's almost nothing here to help us out. This box over here, I would say this range, if we're gonna draw this line, there's literally nothing, right? Nothing at all in here. So the fact that we're hovering above this guy over here is kind of a bit concerning, but not concerning. We look at the markets in a very objective way and try to figure out. But for me to look here somewhere, I don't see anything, right? Because even when we pumped every time we got to the 41,000, and then we right away went all the way back up to the 43,000. So there was nothing here for us to, if we break below this, to me, right, it's the next level is the 41,000. So this is what's going on with Bitcoin, right? So now let's just look at how ADA was performing, right, against Bitcoin. So you can tell clearly Bitcoin, I'll just plot Bitcoin here. I'm just gonna go to the log scale, to the percentage scale. So this is Bitcoin over here, right? So we can tell for the longest time we're just going downwards as opposed to, oh God. Oh no, okay. And we're back. Sorry guys, my laptop battery was almost gonna die. So just like I was saying, so we were going down here for a while, right? But ADA has been, you're seeing a lot of accumulation going on regardless. So let's say maybe if we compare vechain, for example, or any other altcoin, it's clearly following Bitcoin, right? Clearly following Bitcoin over here. Let me just I hate when this happens. So there's vechain over here, and then Bitcoin is just complete similar trending, right? The whole time. So if we take off this over here, there's vechain, then Bitcoin over here. We'll show this as a line just to make it more clear. Boom. Following the same thing, following the same exact way, right? So that's what we need to keep an eye out for. This is right here. So Bitcoin's been going down, vechain follows it. Maybe if we look at, let's just look at Band, for example. Same exact thing. Band has been going down, Bitcoin goes down, Band is also going down, right? So there's no negative correlation. But with ADA, it's the complete opposite. So that's telling us a lot, right? That's telling us the fact that there's a lot of interest in Cardano. And, we know there's a couple, the hard fork for Cardano is coming out in, March. and the release of smart contracts coming up right after, is going to allow a lot of the blockchain to interact with different tokens and have just like ERC, just like Ethereum's tokens, basically, but for ADA, right? With a bit more capabilities, but just not even if you don't get into the technicals, if you're just looking in general for, it's just going to cause a lot of excitement, right? So I think that's what's been going on, right? Because people have been waiting on this for a while, and now we're there. We got a couple of days here until March, and things will start to look different for Cardano. So this is what we're seeing here, right? So this is the relation with Bitcoin. We're inversely correlating to Bitcoin. Right now, yesterday, we said that this is the, I actually had it a bit narrower here. So we broke above this pattern that we had, the megaphone pattern, went all the way up, got to the $1.50, got rejected, and then we suspected us to actually go back down here. But it looks like, we actually went all the way back down and retested this breakout we had, right? Because we went down here, boom, down again, boom, and then as soon as we broke out of it is when we actually shoot all the way up. So this is what definitely Cardano went past where we wanted to go, right? We said if it goes back down to here, we need to reassess and see if it's going to hold, and it looks like it did not hold whatsoever, right? So now we're finding that this is the resistance again. So it looks like we went back into the pattern. But now this is what validates for me, right, in terms of reassessing, right? Because as soon as we broke out yesterday, we said, hey, this should be the new support, right? And if it doesn't hold, then it's a different story. So now it didn't hold. So what do we think about it? We're like, okay, so we're going to take this off. Now we're inside the pattern. Looks like we wanted to find support at this guy. So this was more of a prominent support than this guy over here. And now we're kind of hovering above it. So now we're much closer to $1.15. And with everything going on with Bitcoin, just keep in mind that the fact that we do have an inverse correlation with Bitcoin, we're still going to have some sort of an effect, right? We're still going to have an effect on Cardano moving, but the general trend would be still upwards. But you will see those dips every now and then, just because you got the market just kind of panicking. So this is where we're sitting at right now, right? We're obviously seeing this over here. If I look at the 1 hour, so we did expect a downtrend yesterday, and right now looks like on the 1 hour we're trying to find the support at the 100 EMA, and so we're going to be range bound here for a bit. We're kind of range bound because this guy over here did not hold. This should have been where Cardano held, but now looks like we're going to be stuck between these two over here, and this is the support we're gonna have, and we're gonna get squeezed. So we're gonna have to reassess what's gonna happen. And as soon as the craze with Bitcoin kind of slows down a bit, right? We needed to slow down. We needed to kind of start finding support. We need to find that floor with Bitcoin before we start fully assuming the next move here, because the market will still have an effect. That's the thing. All I'm saying is that there's an inverse correlation, but the market would still affect the way this will move, right? Because you got people in this that are also following what Bitcoin is doing. So right now, what we're seeing, so if we're going to reassess this whole thing, let's maybe look at the 4 hour. So this is the 4 hour, right? See, the whole market's down right now. Even Cardano's even down 10%. Bitcoin is, it keeps on going down right now. Volume is very low for Cardano. We still have 3 hours to go on the 4 hour, but that's fine. We're definitely seeing that the RSI is having lower highs as we move, but the stochastic RSI is all the way in the bottom, indicating that sometime soon here we're gonna have some sort of an uptick in the RSI itself, right? And then the momentum is more towards the seller side, so we need to kind of start maybe zooming in. We'll see what's happening more. So 2 hours, we're seeing that okay, so we're down ticking. The stochastic RSI is still having lower highs, and the stochastic RSI is all the way in the bottom, still over sold. So we are expecting some nice uptrend coming up soon, right? Just strictly based on the indicators, and volume is still very low. We're having the support here at the $1.15, so that's still good. And then maybe if we go to the 1 hour, we'll see that see, like, there's a lot of indecisiveness, right? there's a lot of indecisiveness, because here, like a sharp momentum to the bottom, then a sharp momentum upwards, and then we don't even go above. Then we're just stuck, right? So it looks like it is more towards the sellers, obviously, but we're just stuck. It's just, there's so much going on. This is what happens when you're range bound, right? This is what happens when you're expected to do something here at the support, typically after a major breakout like this, and then don't find that you cause a lot of indecisiveness in the market and a lot of confusion, right? So that's what we're doing right now. We're at the 100 EMA on the 1 hour. We're really trying to find that support, because there's so many levels of support here. Everybody's bullish on it, right? But where are we sitting? Where are we going to go right now? Are we going to find the support at the 100 EMA? Are we going to still resist towards this guy over here that, for the longest time we've been reacting to? What's going to happen? So right now, if we want this to continue to bullishly uptrend, we want it to obviously find the support at the 100 EMA and continue to plow through this guy over here. But then again, we will be range bound for a bit here, guys, and I think it wouldn't be a smart thing to assume where the direction is. Overall, we are bullish on Cardano from a fundamental standpoint, with all the projects coming up soon here. So that's still there, obviously. But in terms of a price action, I think there's so much indecisiveness in the market that is kind of scary right now, right? And I think we're going for a ride here soon. And if we're looking this way, like, I think this is where we're gonna get squeezed now. It's a bit more clear how we're gonna go. I think it's pretty clear the way the resistance is at. Now we're reorganizing our thoughts. We're thinking this is 1, 2, 3 points of resistances, and we know for a fact this is where the breakout that happened in the $1.15, where we actually flew. Okay, so now we know where the floor is. The floor is at the $1.15, and we know where the resistance is against this line. So sometimes soon here, Cardano can still fall back to the $1.15, but we're gonna get squeezed sometime over here, and this is where the decision has to happen. And hopefully by that time, Bitcoin does find the floor it needs to, which will help. It will aid with the movement of Cardano. So this is the support we're looking at. This is where we're going to get squeezed at this area over here. Looks like within the next couple, I would say like March 1st, so like by tomorrow. And if this does not hold, then we're looking at a bit more of a pullback, right? We're going to look at more of a pullback to the bottom here. We have a couple cushions that we can aim for, but it's definitely something to keep in mind, something to look out for. We do have some cushion to come down, but if this doesn't hold, then I can see it dropping to the to the dollar again, for sure. So stay tuned. This is very critical. This is something that we have to keep on looking at during the day to see how it performs, and we'll try our best to keep this updated during the day. But make sure you join our Discord. We'll post this the whole time and see where Cardano's sitting. And yeah, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, and if you'd like to support us on Patreon, then by all means, please do so. Thank you for watching.